Alright y'all, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. As you can tell by the title of the video, today we are going to be discussing HG, better known as Hyperemesis Gravidarum. So hyper, which means the excessive, emesis, which means nausea and vomiting, gravidarum, which means pregnancy, is the excessive nausea and vomiting during pregnancy. So I did take some notes, y'all, because HG is something that's not talked about. A lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people haven't even heard of it. And I'm sure if you're pregnant and you're going through it now, you probably are researching, trying to figure out what this is, how many women have had it, how many women have heard of it, and you want to make sure that you're not alone. So I did take some notes so that I can cover like as much information as I can. I went through it myself. My best friend went through it as well. And yeah, y'all are not alone. It's a lot of other women who go through it, but it's only like a small percentage. But I got y'all. So like I was saying, HG, also known as Hyperemesis Gravidarum, that is the long name for it, y'all. I had to practice that. HG is the excessive nausea and vomiting during pregnancy. It can lead to weight loss, fluid and electrolyte imbalances, deficiencies in nutrition. So it usually peaks at 6 weeks and drops at about 12 to 16 weeks in some cases. But in a lot of other cases, I realized people have this, y'all, throughout their whole entire pregnancy. And no, it is not the same as morning sickness. So anybody who tell you, oh, I had morning sickness too, no. HG is nothing nowhere near compared to morning sickness. And it bothered me every time I would tell somebody I had HG and I had excessive vomiting, and they would say, I had morning sickness too. It is not the same thing as morning sickness. So the cause for it, the only cause that anybody has told me or from my research, it's just high levels of the pregnancy hormone, the HCG hormone. That's the only thing that people know. And why is it high in some women and not others? I have no idea. And when I say this thing is rare, only 3% of women have been diagnosed with HG. And I want to say only 3% of women have been diagnosed. That does not mean only 3% of women have had it, because like I said, a lot of times people go, I've seen, like I said, on that Facebook group where people go to the doctors and the doctors just tell them like they just have morning sickness. And that's it. Not knowing that it's like a disease. Like HG is like a disease. Like they don't understand, I'm gonna say, how bad it is. So let's talk about the signs and the symptoms. The first sign is severe, persistent nausea. Severe, persistent nausea. I just had to say that again. Vomiting during pregnancy, signs of dehydration, you feel weak, you feel faint, weight loss. And all of these symptoms, y'all, can last days, weeks, even up until delivery. Even some people even have symptoms even after they deliver, y'all. Now let's talk about the risk factors. You're at risk for HG for having a multiple gestation. So that means if you're carrying twins, triplets, quadruplets, quintuplets, whatever, having more children at one time, you're at a higher risk for HG. Also, if you have a history of HG, basically it's an 81% chance of having it again. So if you had it one time, you're at an 81% chance that you'll have it again. Not only is there a chance that you'll have it again, but it's a chance that you'll have it worse than you had the first time. And studies have also shown that you're at risk if you suffer from migraine headache. And it's crazy because I used to suffer from migraine headache. My best friend used to suffer from migraine headache. And both of us had HG. So the treatment for HG is medicine, y'all. And listen, if you're anything like me, you hate taking medicine. And you hate taking medicine, especially during pregnancy. So the treatments, you can go to the hospital for fluids and IVs. One time I did go to the hospital. I had to get fluid, and they also gave me, I think, Benadryl in my IV. Like, y'all, when I had HG, it started, I want to say, at week 6. By the time I was 10 weeks, within 4 weeks, I had lost 10 pounds. I went from 115 pounds to 105 pounds in just 4 weeks, y'all. From week 6 to week 10. So yes, I did go to the hospital. It was one night. I was like really shaky. My heart was beating real fast. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't keep nothing down that I had tried to eat all day. Remind y'all, like I said, I had already lost 10 pounds. I'm already small. So me losing weight I looked scary in the face. Like, you can see my bones. Like, everything was just, it was just all bad, y'all. So my husband took me to the hospital one night. And when I got there and they asked what was wrong, I was like, I'm pregnant and I've been throwing up a lot. And the lady was like, oh, okay, yeah, you got HG. Like, she said it, like, immediately. It's like, she saw me. I told her I was pregnant. I had been throwing up. And she, like, immediately knew what was wrong. So, other ways of treatment, you can get a Zofran pump. I didn't have a Zofran pump. You can get Zofran pills, Reglan, vitamin B6, Diclegis, Phenergram, Promethazine, and Unisum. So, y'all, with these pills, they basically just give you some, and you just have to see how they, if they work. What they do is they take different combinations of these pills, and they have you try them. And if they work, they'll have you continue to take them. But if they don't work, then they'll try like a different combination of the pills. And let's just say if you take some pills, they work for like 2 months, and then they stop working. Then they'll prescribe you another combination of the pills to take. But yeah, those are the pills that they prescribe you to take. And what was weird to me was Unisum, because Unisum is a sleep pill. And I'm like, why am I taking sleeping pills when I'm pregnant? But I guess if you sleep, you're not going to throw up. So let's talk about the theories / ways to avoid, which have not been true, but just some theories. Protein. Somebody told me to take lots and lots and lots of protein. I can't remember how much, but it did say take lots and lots of protein to help with HG if I decide to get pregnant again. Somebody also said lots of B1 vitamin. They say you need lots of B1 vitamins to help combat or either stop your HG. And basically take medicine as soon as it starts. So if you know you suffer from HG from one pregnancy, it's best to just start taking medicine as soon as you find out that you're pregnant again. So let's talk the complications for your baby. So complications for the baby: low birth weight is number one, and also preterm labor. So my HG went away about week 16, week 17. I was like midway in my second trimester that my HG went away. But like I told y'all, my best friend also had HG, and she did go into preterm labor. She got the complications for mom: loss of eyesight, liver damage, tooth decay, and of course you have a high-risk pregnancy. So you know with high-risk pregnancy, you have more doctor's appointments than a regular pregnancy. So yeah, you're considered high risk if you have HG. Speaking of loss of eyesight, when my best friend had HG, she went to the hospital because she was losing her eyesight. Like, she was texting, we were in a group chat, she was texting me and some of our other friends, and she was just like, y'all, I can't see, like, my eyes are real, my vision is real blurry, I can't see. We joked about it, we was calling her Ray, and we did not think that she was serious, y'all. And the whole time she was like literally losing her eyesight due to her being pregnant and having HG. And she did gain her eyesight back, but this was after she had her baby. And remind y'all, her baby was born preterm. He came early. So it's a lot, y'all. I do not wish it on anybody. All right, so I'm going to tell y'all about my HG journey. So from 6 to 16 weeks is when I had HG. So it was all of those 10 weeks. Your girl lost 15 pounds. I went from 120 pounds to 105 pounds. I went to the ER once for IV fluids, and they also gave me Benadryl. I had increased heart rate. I felt very shaky, like I just always was shaking. And I mean, to this day, I still don't know why, and they haven't said, what caused it, but except that it was HG. But I was just always shaky. Like, I would lay in the bed and I would just have to shake. It's like I could never get comfortable. I couldn't just stay still. I was always just like very shaky. Y'all, I couldn't do anything, like nothing. Like, it affects your day-to-day living. Like, if you work, you can't work. If you can't do nothing. Like, only thing that I could do was lay in the bed. Every time I tried to get up, every time I tried to eat, I would like constantly throw up. It got to the point, I think the most I threw up was, I want to say 13 times in one day. I could barely eat anything. The only thing I even had a taste for or I could try to stomach was KFC. Like, not KFC, Popeyes, I'm sorry. It was Popeyes. Like, that's the only thing that I thought I could kind of have a taste for was some Popeyes chicken. And even when I would get it, I would throw that up. Sometimes it wouldn't even settle in my stomach. It was just it was just all bad. But yeah, I think the most I threw up was, I counted 13 times a day. And when I was in the bed, like I said, couldn't do nothing. I just had like my medicine right next to me. Like, yeah, it's the worst feeling ever. Like, you just in bed, only thing you got around you is medicine and bottles of water to take the medicine. I couldn't spend time with my kids. I felt like I was missing out just on bonding time with them. Like, I wouldn't wish it on nobody, y'all. Yeah, so I think I got back to 120 pounds when I delivered. I think I was like 120 pounds when I delivered. So I did gain my weight back after week 16. After week 16, everything else was like smooth sailing. I was able to eat. I was able to get back into the habit of, get back into, just doing my daily duties, cooking, cleaning, all of that. I still took it easy, but I was able to start, like feeling like myself again, walking, interacting with my kids. I just started, like I said, getting back to myself. But when I first had it, y'all, it was horrible. So my first pregnancy, like I said, they said it's an 81 chance that you'll have it again, and it'll progress and it gets worse each pregnancy. So with that being said, I want to say my first pregnancy with the riot, I was just nauseous the whole time. Like, I didn't have morning sickness. I was just nauseous the whole time. I vomited maybe 2 or 3 times with the riot, and that was if I ate something that she didn't agree with. And with that, I think I craved like Caesar salads with a riot. And when I would eat Caesar salads, I could eat them. But then one day I would go to eat it and she just didn't want it. I had to have a safe meal. So my safe meal with Araya is the unhealthiest thing ever, but it was the only thing that I could eat and actually keep down. And that was Whopper. So every day I was eating like a Whopper from Burger King, y'all. Don't judge me. But yeah, it was a Whopper from Burger King. That was my safe meal with Araya. Like I said, I was just nauseous, so I barely ate. I lost a lot of weight when I carried Araya too. With Ishai, I only had the morning sickness. So I had typical morning sickness where I threw up once a day and maybe 2 or 3 times if I smelled something bad. Because with Ishai, anytime something would stink, I would throw that up. So with Ishai, I had typical morning sickness, which went away after the first trimester. But with Sarai, like I said, I did have HG, and that was from my first trimester until the middle of my second trimester. So I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of information on HG, because like I said, I know it's one of those things that nobody really knows about and it's not really talked about. So you don't really know about it until you experience it or you know somebody who went through it. So I just wanted to give y'all some information on it, let y'all know that y'all are not alone. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. I will respond. And yeah, healthy pregnancies to everybody if you are expecting. Praying for a safe delivery for you and for baby. And yeah,